And good evening and welcome to ANZ Stadium. There's the Parramatta team trying to avoid the wooden spoon for the 14th time since they came into the comp back in 1947. And of course, playing Canterbury, there they are, these two powerhouse clubs. In the 80s, when I was a fresh-faced young commentator, and my co-commentator Phil Gould was a fresh-faced young player before coming a coach, these were the gun sides. How different they are in 2018. Phil, and they'll both be aspiring for a win tonight.
Absolutely. Every NRL game you play is like a little chunk of gold. There'll be players out here with careers on the line, certainly trying to get their careers back on track. And for the two respective teams, a win will certainly make the next week brighter as they head into the final rounds of the season. Hasn't been good for either side. I think the Bulldogs have been playing with a lot of spirit of late. Some youngsters coming into the halves have certainly given them a new dimension. And for Parramatta, well, things just haven't been working for them, but sooner or later it's got to click, doesn't it? Too many good players in their side not to put a great performance on here tonight for their fans that have turned up.
So here the Bulldogs come out. It's a home game for Parramatta. I have great empathy for Dean Pay, who took on the job full of confidence. He's a man whose confidence is not easily shattered, but mind you, they would have tested it so far this season. And here's Clint Gutherson leading out, of course, Parramatta. menofleague.com. Tonight the Parramatta Eels are helping the Men of League Foundation to support those who've fallen on hardship, not just players anyone associated with the game. Donate and join the Men of League Foundation by going to menofleague.com. There it is there in front of us. Jared Hayne, of course, was back in good form despite being beaten, and he's playing for a contract. You'd think he's only got to stand up to be signed for another year by the club where he made his fame. Last week against the Knights, there it is, 13 runs for 198 metres. The sort of things we expect from Jared Hayne when he was at his prime.
Well, he played like he was coming off contract. It was one of his better performances of the year, so perhaps back fit and well now after some injuries. David Clemmer has been in the news this week. Maybe ending up at the Newcastle Knights. They're making no secret of the fact that they'd like to have him at the club, and if the Bulldogs need to release more for salary cap reasons, sounds like he's prepared to go.
Good. Hendo, you good?
Yeah, mate.
Well, Nathan Brown wants him, but the Andersons want to keep him. So the kickoff comes from the Bulldogs through Holland. It's Parramatta with first use of the football, and Varve pumps it out now, about 10 metres out from his own line centre field. Kaiser Pritchard goes to acting half, and now Alvaro, one of the willing workhorses for Parramatta, who always is there inside the 20. Pritchard again. Brown, Nathan Brown, the number 13. Henry Perinara, the lead referee. Moroa came into the starting lineup, and Takarangi went back to the bench. That's number 14 playing it. This time Jennings goes to acting half. Brown for his second hit up this set of 6, and they've got through this set almost. Fifth tackle. Jackson involved in the tackle. They kick downfield now. Norman attacking the touchline, but it's gone back to Will Hopewadi. Scurry's infield with the ball now, and there's the defence to beat him. So let's see what Canterbury can do for their set of 6 here. Number 4, Kerrod Holland. And now Morris goes for a dart. That's Brett. A breakthrough centre field.
Young Remus Smith.
Ball on the outside, half break made, but wrapped up in the tackle. You know when you're getting old, when you're calling the sons of players you call, he's Tyron Smith, young bloke, and we'll get worried, Gus, when we start calling their grandchildren.
Well, I've signed a few grandchildren in my day. I'm starting to sign kids I was born in 2003. I'm thinking I'm getting too old for this.
Here it is at back, Leisure. The kick over the top, Marshall King. Gutherson only has eyes for that football and takes it 5 out from his own line. So both sides complete their first set of 6 without too many problems.
Yeah, that opening set defensively for the Eels, very loose around the ruck. A couple of half breaks around the centre of the field. That might be an area the Dogs may attack.
Richard from Acton Farve now. Big strong man is put down on the tackle. Marshall King involved in that tackle. Norman away on the outside. Corey with it, playing on that left-hand side in number 11. Back the other way. Oh, that looked forward, that pass on the outside, but they've let it go over the top. It's gone to the ground. Half volleyed well. They threw the dummy through the half-back now. He spins away from 1-2. Mitch Moses then kicks downfield. Getting back for it here. It'll go on a touch at the feet of Will Hopewadi. So panic stations almost, but eventually it got there. By gee, that pass on the outside of Moreau looked forward to me.
It certainly did, didn't it? They got themselves in a little bit of a mix-up, and on last play, not this one, it was the one previous to that.
Yeah, just back one.
I got here early tonight and I was sitting downstairs doing a little bit of work in the car and watching the Parramatta players come in to the game. Now, they're in last position. You'd think they'd be dragging their feet. They weren't. All of them immaculately dressed in suit and tie, and partners, girlfriends on their arm, pushing prams and walking proudly off to the dressing rooms to do their night's work. No dragging of feet. And they're immaculately dressed, which is a wonderful sign for the club.
Now they're back to Adam Elliott standing out of that scrum. Don't forget, only Telstra mobile customers can stream the NRL data free. Download the NRL official app now. Speaking of Parramatta, I was at the Parramatta Stadium for an inspection yesterday. By gee, it's going to be a showpiece when it finished about April next year.
Looks good, doesn't it?
Oh, magnificent stadium. Really, really world-class stuff. 30,000 capacity. There's a penalty first of the match. Leg pull. Now, don't forget, Bernard Sutton sent an edict out to the coaches this week that they'd be cracking down on infringements around the ruck. And there's the first penalty of the weekend. They're also going to watch playing the ball, and what he said in the email from what I saw is he wants them to be balanced before they put the ball down to play it. If they police that, there'll be 100 penalties. Ruan Sims is part of the team down on the touchline. Ruan, good evening to you.
Good evening, guys. It's a beautiful evening for football down here, around 9 degrees. There is no wind for the first time in a very, very long time, so expect to see a lot of good ball movement, and the surface is pretty beautiful as well. We'll see some really good defence through the middle here from the Eels.
Lachlan Lewis passed that ball, just agreed to terms with Canterbury. He got it to Elliott, who was smashed in the tackle. Now it's away to Lachlan again. Chips over the top. There's no one at home. They're racing back for it now, but it's palmed dead by Bevan French on this right wing. Nice piece of work.
It was a nice piece of work because Clint Gutherson is defending in the line. We freeze it there. You'll see defending right there in the line. 40 metres out is Clint Gutherson. Lewis will get the ball and just pop it over the top. And luckily for Parramatta, Bevan French was aware of that. Otherwise, would have been a try.
5 seconds.
Well, Brett
Nice
Morris
vision there from...
Yeah. Brett Morris was aware too. He was herring after it, so that they knew what they were doing. It wasn't something they did ad lib. So now they bring the ball back through Aidan Tolman. So Canterbury 38 metres out. No score on the board. 6 gone here. Clemmer into the defence. A couple of them came ruining out the tackle. And Pritchard, one of them. Leisha, Lewis. The pass comes away on the outside. The dummy thrown. Then away to Morrison. He'll have to come back on the inside. He does. Now he'll try and straighten. He's grabbed by the shoulder. We got the pass back away to Lewis again. Lewis gave it back to Tolman. Tolman in centre field is going to be put down about 15 metres out from the Parramatta line. Leisha again. Lewis heavily involved. Back on the inside to Clemmer. Clemmer's only 3 or 4 metres out from the line, so all hands on deck defensively for Parramatta. Leisha, dummies. On the outside, Marshall King. Lewis, nice pass out the back. Hopewadi got the ball back away. It came to Josh Morris. He had his brother on his outside, but took the 5th tackle. Plays it back, comes back the other way. Lewis darts, steps, got to pass away late. It comes on the outside to William. They've got numbers. It's gone out wide now. Back on the inside it came. They pirouetted away through Jackson. Jackson sent it out the back. Marshall King on the run around. Still a last tackle. This will be a try. They're under the post. And it's Kerrod Holland who scores the try, and he was heavily involved before they did score. Hang on.
In front of him.
Hang on.
And he runs past. No
just
try.
blow the whistle.
They're appealing for an obstruction, and the man on the ground is Kaiser Pritchard.
Okay, General. Tackle 6. I start with a try.
Yeah.
Can you just confirm there's no obstruction?
What an anticlimax if it's a no try, because that was brilliant ball movement by the Bulldogs. They'll be showing real spark of late since these young halves got together.
Kaiser Pritchard, he makes contact. This will be a try. He makes contact with Lachlan Lewis, then Aiden Tolman. The watch. Kaiser Pritchard, he makes the contact, then he tries to milk the penalty. There is no way he's going to tackle Kerrod Holland here. No way.
He ran into them. They didn't run into him. I think you're right, Joey. They'll confirm the try. Oh, don't look again.
Well, he tries to milk one here with Lachlan
At the
Lewis.
point Kaiser Pritchard makes contact with the Bulldogs players, they're both behind the ball carrier and our support players, so we're playing through. There is no obstruction.
Brilliant decision.
And Kerrod Holland grounds the ball. We have a decision.
Ah, the general. The general.
The general's there. So as a result, it'll be 4-0. Here it comes now. It'll be a green light and a kick at goal. They lead by 4-0. And they did it pretty easily when you think about it. And they did keep that ball alive. They threw caution to the wind. And this is the young bloke that started it, Lewis. That was Elliott. And then it came back out of the try scorer who threw it back on the inside, and then they got it from Jackson back around. Beautiful play there. Marshall King back to him into that yawning gap, Kerrod Holland, and he scores beside the post.
Yeah, Harvey Norman replay. That just shows the width with which the Bulldogs have been playing the last couple of weeks. And it's a confidence thing. You start off a little bit nervous about it. It's not your natural style. It's not how they've been playing. But after a few weeks of saying, you know, this is good fun, this is not so bad, the young halves growing in confidence, and now everyone is looking for offloads and moving the ball around and then getting back in position to receive the ball back again. It's all just about confidence and keeping the ball moving, backing each other.
So here's Reece Martin converting the try by Kerrod Holland from in front. There he is there, centre screen. Pilots between the uprights. The Bulldogs lead 6-0.
Time on.
So back we come as the kickoff takes effect through Bevan French. And here's the Dogs with it. Tolman. And the thing about that try was the Bulldogs played with plenty of confidence and backed themselves to do something with it on that tackle. Back away to Adam Elliott off Clemmer. There's good defence from Parramatta driving him back.
Well, the more you do it, the more confidence you gain. You know, it might look clunky for a few weeks and feel a bit unnatural. But once you feel yourself moving into position and moving to the ball and moving to space and players looking for each other in support, then all of a sudden it just comes second nature.
Reece Martin, the kick with a goal on this left-hand side, and number 12 plays it. Leisha, Clemmer. Pritchard there with Brown, and underneath him was Tepai Maroa. Fifth tackle, back to Lewis, who kicks the ball. It's gone straight to Gutherson on the 10-metre line. But look at that Canterbury line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players in a line. They all chased enthusiastically. French, Jennings, trying to flick it out the back. Corey on that left-hand side. Inside ball, Brown came via Norman. 5 from halfway. Pritchard again. Gutherson to the line. Beautiful ball into a little bit of space, but it closed quickly. McCoray. Moses sets himself for a high kick now, targeting the touch line. But Riley's done well, Hopewadi, to shadow that ball and taken by Hayne immediately.
It was a nice play by Gutherson. And the key there was he attacked the line with speed.
All the way back to Michael.
Instead of dawdling through their plays, he got the ball and attacked the defence, which made the defence react and get nervous. Nice play.
Britt Morrison doing some work in the centre of the field. Almost a pants, Leisha. There's the second penalty. Let him go. Well, the warning came by the referee's boss, Bernard Sutton. Play the ball infringements, tackle infringements will be penalised and scrutinised. 2 penalties so far, both going the way of the Bulldogs. And they lead by that 6-0 scoreline after almost 11 minutes of play.
Plenty of energy from both sides, though. If anything, the media has probably tried to talk down this game this week because we've got 2 of our great Sydney clubs struggling. Both out of finals running, but that won't matter much to the clubs themselves or these players.
Elliot, well, my expectations are to come here and see a really good game tonight because just of the history of the 2 clubs over a long period of time. Leisha, Lewis, Hawaii out the back, it's gone. Marshall King. And again, the centre, Kerrod Holland comes back on the inside and put down. He had Remus Smith on his outside. Back the other way. Tolman. Lewis. Oh, beautiful pass away to Morris. Morris into space, but great tackle, brought him down almost into touch. Michael Jennings this time plays it back to his brother, goes blindside, threw it back on the inside before he put a foot into touch. Well done. Hopewati goes to the 10 across field. Now they'll straighten Clemmer. Little step from Clemmer and put down. Well then unloaded the ball as he fell. Back again and put down on the tackle. No. Bouncing away Jackson. Flicked it out the back. Oh, razzle dazzle. And Clemmer goes for a little burst up centre field. And still going. He's almost there. 5th tackle. Now at the back, Marshall King, Lewis. They moved that quickly. He got it quickly upside. Oh, that's knocked down. That'll be 6 to go. Back with Canterbury. It was played at. Well, I can't see 6 to go. Penalty. He was playing the advantage. Perenara's got them.
Well, the bigger advantage is the 6 to go because that would have been tackle 0 and you've got the defence disorganised. You give the penalty, and now it's only 6 tackles to go and you get the defence organised. I think the Bulldogs would have much rather have played on there from the turnover.
Now they were contemplating a kick a goal. Martin had the ball, but then the word came, no, keep the pressure on. Leading 6-0. Here's Tolman. Leisha gave it to him and Tolman's put down.
Well, they've got Parramatta rattled here.
Lewis is very dominant. Here he is now with the ball, Lewis. The pass to Elliott on the outside, running at an angle. He's put down 2 metres out. Good defence there from Varve. Leisha. Clemmer, short ball away and bounced to the ground there, Reece Martin. On the run around, Tolman there. Leisha was expected to come around the outside, but Tolman takes the tackle. They're only 2 metres out. Good defence from Maroa again. He was involved in both those tackles. Leisha. Clemmer. They're going to have to do something here. They've kept it in centre field, that centre corridor for the 5 tackles. Here's the ball at the back now. They give it some space. Marshall King. I heard someone say forward, and I was right. So now there's obviously, I'd imagine, something being said. So Perenara, I mean, that's just a bad end to what should have been a lot better.
Or is he ruled here deliberately forward offside?
No, I think he was gesticulating that someone said something after he pulled up the forward pass.
All right. Well, after all
he ruled forward pass and just saw the clip of it, and he was just saying someone said, "You're kidding," or worse to that effect. Decore again, Pritchard, Gutherson at first receiver, Alvaro. On halfway, they can strike back here, the Eels. Moses, beautiful ball away, put down solidly there, Maroa, tipped by Maroa. They go blindside, Jennings, not much space there. He's dragged towards touch by Martin and Josh Morris. Now back away to Mitchell Moses, kicks high and hopes. Coming in at 20 out, they haven't played out of here. It's come off the feet of a Parramatta player, and they were in front of the player, so they didn't want to risk offside, or accidentally offside, and let the ball come back to Canterbury.
Yeah, poor kick there. Parramatta last week against the Knights, their last play options were terrible. No thought at all going into their kicking game.
He's been good, this bloke on the right-hand side, Kerrod Holland. Clemmer, short ball Elliott. Sandwich between two defenders, and Clemmer gets in to give him a bit of a hand. They're 42 out from the Parramatta line. Canterbury leading 6-0. Marshall King back on the inside to Jackson, the skipper. Fifth tackle, 32 metres out from the Parramatta line. They'll go blindside. Marshall King sets himself from about 29 out. Not a great kick, but it goes across to Gutherson, who took it well, then takes the tackle. Ended up floating towards that eastern touch line. Parramatta fans over there for a penalty. As now young Jennings brings it out. Completed sets. Let's have a look. Yeah, Bulldogs have had all the possession, 9 of 10, 4 of 4 Parramatta. So their ball control has been good, but they've had a precious little ball. Here's a flick pass out the back. And inside the field looked like French, that running action. It is him. Plays it back. Pritchard. Then back away Brown. Oh, that pass was marginal as well. They let it go. There's a penalty for sure. He got kneed in the back by Holland as he was about to play it.
It was a really strong line by Jared Hayne. Nathan Brown will go into the line. He'll throw a pass. 9 out of 10 players have dropped this pass, but Jared Hayne catches it. This was a bit of a tough run coming out of trouble. Tracks through and offloads at the back to Bevan French. Then on the back of this, Hayne will get off the ground, get into his position. Brown will get the ball, roll forward, and Hayne will identify this and run a really strong line and get his team a penalty. It's great work there from Jared Hayne.
The pass was okay, by the way, because he reached back for it. He was in front of the player, but he had to reach back to take it. Anyway, they're on the attack after the penalty. They're first of the match, and Varve goes inside the 20 now. Here's their best scoring opportunity. They've had precious little football here in the opening 7.5 minutes. Now Gutherson, they've got the ball away, tackled on the far side of the field again. And again, it's number 11, Nakore, back the other way. This time it's Pritchard, first receiver. Then to Moses. Moses out the back, Norman. Inside ball back away, Maroa. Almost through the tackle of Elliott, but brought down nicely with an assist from Martin. Now from acting half they go. Short ball, Brown. Then away on the outside of Big Varve. He's held with his back to the goal line. Plays it. A palm on there, which has gone out wide, and it's travelled forward, I think, from Mitchell Moses. I'm sure it has George Jennings. They've called it back, and it'll be a changeover. A last tackle option, which was a poor one, as we see Moses in centre screen, scratching his head.
Yeah, a young player with enormous potential, Mitchell Moses, but he's an all-or-nothing player. He'll try to pull the trigger on every play. Try to score, even when the odds are against him. That's where he has to get out of his game. There's an offload at the back.
It's a strip, they say. Perenara got a tip from the touch judge. Alvaro was involved in the tackle, or diving on the ball after the tackle. Here it is now. Oh, geez, that's a pretty... It was Norman's hand in there, and Alvaro was the one that dived on it. Maybe they're saying he was offside. But anyway, it's a penalty for whichever infringement it's picked up.
I'd like to interview the referees about all those stripping and lost ball penalties. And...
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I would.
You'd go cooker.
I'd really be interested in their interpretations of that.
You'd end up on the couch and say, would they? Here's the ball back to take Rabs with you.
Well, that's why we got that try for the Roosters at the Gold Coast the other night.
Well, no, that's inexplicable. Here's the ball quickly away on the outside, down the touchline they go with Smith. Smith comes to the fullback, kicks back on the infield, coming through after it. Lewis on the toe, hits the upright, it's there to be fourth, and Parramatta come up with the ball. Oh, wow. That was a miracle.
Beautiful play by the Bulldogs. And how they didn't score, I don't know. Just couldn't get the right bounce.
There's a pass here from Kerrod Holland. Catch and pass in traffic. Look at that for a pass. That's a ripper.
Remus Smith does really well here. Kicks back towards the post. Just doesn't get the bounce in front of young Lachlan Lewis, who kicks it and it hits the padding
straight.
But you're right, Joey, that pass by Kerrod Holland, that's really difficult stuff. At pace in traffic, and he got it beautifully to Remus Smith on that right wing. Now here's a kick from inside the 40, which is going to bounce on its point, and Hopewadi's going to attack the football and does. And already they're back on the 40. Gave the ball back to Holland straight away. Holland beat 1-2, still going, he's over halfway.
Well, see, those skills from Kerrod Holland, the running skills and the passing skills, we haven't seen that from him because the Bulldogs don't play like this. But suddenly you're moving the ball around and you find skills in players that you didn't know were there. They're latent skills. They're just being brought out in a new style of football.
It being played by Tolman, Aidan Tolman, Leisha. Drifts across field, finds Elliott. Elliott out the back. Not a great pass to Marshall King, and Jennings moved up very quickly as he tends to when he's inside that danger area. He'll rush in.
Yeah, well, he was sweating on that pass, Michael Jennings. He saw it coming from last week.
Fifth tackle, Tolman. Lewis, quick hands away, Marshall King. They're going to be pinned down. Oh, that's touched a hand there of one of the Parramatta players, I think Jennings, and thrown it back on the inside. And Moses tries to streak away. He's thrown into touch almost. Oh, they've got the ball back, 6 to go, and it's back with Jennings again. Well, it's like it's in the last minute and it's 6-0. Norman. Nearly 22 gone, 6-0 to the Bulldogs. One try to Kerrod Holland, who's played superbly on the right side. Looks like Tim Mena's on. Go back and play it somewhere else, it says Tim. The two number 17s, Denny Fualalo and Kenny Terapo are warming up. And so too is Clay Priest for Canterbury. Norman, good tackle. Was that the skipper? It was Jackson. Very good tackle.
Good.
Now here's a kick downfield by Mitchell. It's going to go towards the... It's a pretty good kick. Towards that southeastern corner, and Hopewadi's got to bring it back from his own goal line, basically, and gets 11 out from his line. Now Adam Elliott's coming off. He's racing to the touchline now for Canterbury. And Clay Priest is the man that's going on in 15. Which leaves Denny Fualalo still on the bench.
I often wonder if your player's got enough energy to sprint to the sideline, then maybe he doesn't need a rest. I like to see him a replaced player staggering to the sideline. He's spent. I know I've got him at the right time.
Barbe was the man replaced, by the way.
If he's sprinting to the sideline, why am I bringing him off?
Here's the ball. The Clay Priest was just on. They rushed up there.
I once saw Shane Webke get interchanged in an Origin match. He actually fell over the sideline and stayed there for about 5 minutes. He'd spent it all. Going
close to touch. It was almost a very good kick, but it's taken by French. Gutherson. Tolman there. Look at that straight line again. That's enthusiasm. There was 8 players there this time chasing the kick. Jennings has put down. And a pretty dash. Playing particularly well. Here's another. He's replaced by Parramatta. Coming down, bit of protection there as well, and good protection for. Oh, he's knocked it on now. He's saying a double knock on?
We're saying knocked on by Parramatta first.
Oh, right, so it's a double knock on, so it's a changeover.
So knocked on by French, taken by Hopewadi.
Yeah, he's right about the first knock on. He got that one right. So here's Canterbury inside their own 20. Brett Morris scurries from acting half. Claimed to the tackle by Terapo now. With an assist. Blindside Leisha. Penny Terapo's there with Mitchell Moses, 12 short of halfway. Pass comes away on the outside. Fualalo got onto the field. He's put down 5 short of halfway. Leisha acting half Canterbury, leading 6-0. Back it comes. I'll kick 4th tackle now from Lachlan Lewis.
Great kick.
Very good kick, Joey.
And followed up by a really strong chase by the Bulldogs.
Yeah. There were 4 of them there chasing through, another 3 in support. The cavalry was coming just behind. Central almost through, going to get a penalty here.
It's a lot to see some change of angles. Watch Parramatta attack. It's so predictable. You can see which side they're going to attack. To see them get to an area of the field, look to go one side but change the angle. Run some different formations at the Bulldogs' defensive line.
Quickly gave it away, Pritchard on the outside to Penny Terapo. Just a reminder, she's back. Erin Molan after the birth of her little baby girl. Night superstar Kalen Ponga, Broncos favourite Sam Thaiday are there tonight live. Erin sits down with the reunited Tiger stars Benji Marshall and Robbie Farah. The footy show straight after the game tonight, and that's a penalty, second consecutive one, which gives Parramatta great field position. They've carted from their own 20 up to the opposing 30.
Well, they've warmed into this, the Eels. They're a bit of a rabble early, but a lot of that was because the Bulldogs had plenty of possession and were moving the ball around a lot. The last time I came down here, they were unlucky not to score, so...
Someone's got some claret.
They like to run their formations, the block shapes, but traditionally the Bulldogs, the way that they defend with that really strong, aggressive up and in defence, it counters the block shapes. So I'd like to see some variation from the Eels.
McCore's the man with the gash on the head, which is being treated. Jared Hayne plays it gingerly. Norman drifts across field. Moses running. Oh, there's a very good tackle on Moroa. Gee, that's a good tackle. And I think it was Morris. There's a leg pull. They're getting hammered now.
Lachlan Lewis. They're getting Moroa one-on-one with Lachlan Lewis 2 or 3 times.
3 quick ones. 3 real quick ones.
Say, he's standing his ground, the young man, the number 6.
Here's Aidan Tolman with a little triple from the top of the nose. Tim Menor now, he's only about a metre or 2 out from the goal line and struggles through the Tolman tackle almost. But others arrive in support, including Clay Priest. They better not infringe now, maybe they'll be in the bin. Gutherson out the back, they've got numbers, it's palmed out wide. Brilliant stuff by Jared Hayne to Jennings, but good defence in the end. Scrambling stuff from Jackson. Back the other way. Crossfield they go. Terapo fell over after being harassed by the defence, eventually put down by Lewis. From acting half, Pritchard's gone straight through. There's a gap there. He's into the in goal. Can't get it down. Big tackle. Jackson dragged him from the in goal to the field of play. Here it is now. They go wide again. Jennings is on the outside. They cut Jared Hayne out. It was Moses. It's the 5th tackle. They go from the acting half, Hayne over the top, it's into touch, he threw it back away to Jennings, who wasn't in a position to take it, changeover, the ball will come back away to the Canterbury side, 10 out from their own line.
I just want to highlight something here. Kaiser Pritchard runs from dummy half. Now this is red alert. Whenever the dummy half picks the ball up and runs, the halves, everyone on the field, has to push up and support him. Kaiser Pritchard takes off, there's no one within QE. In the last play, Hayne rolls the dice.
Well, the signal there, Andrew, is that there's one marker and he's got to quick play the ball. That's where the halves of your say have got to anticipate the run.
Because they've got to be telling him to run. But everyone else on the field, whenever the dummy half runs, the alarm bells have to go off. They've got to be all pushing up and supporting. That time, there's no one within QE.
Priest now going up towards the 40 and over it. Tolman will go towards halfway. Brown, Menor combined with Pritchard. That's the 5th tackle, and they're out of danger here as it comes back to Lewis, who kicks it halfway. That's a high one for French, who backpedals and takes it 10 metres out and gives it to Gutherson. He sets upfield, Priest drags across, and then Jackson makes an important tackle as he started to sprint into a gap. Eels 3 consecutive penalties, Bulldogs before that, then the Eels 2 consecutive runs and 2 for the Bulldogs prior to that. So Parramatta have had a fair weight of possession in the latter stages of this first 30 minutes. Takarangi's on the field. That's him playing it. Pritchard. Terripo. Brown into a space, but there's a good tackle by Marshall King. Little halfback. Had to make it. Gutherson to acting hard. They go Haynes' way. Haynes steps at them. Oh, he's got him. I think we'll find. Yes, he has Holland. And he gets up grimacing. Jared plays it back to George Jennings. Shocking pass. Norman kicks across field. Let's see what happens here. They go high. Lewis has juggled it, knocked it forward, knocked it back. It's into the end goal. Picked up by Morris, who'll come back into the field to play. I'll call it back for the knock-on, I think you'll find.
Check it.
We're going to start no try, yes?
Start no try. But check
Jared Haynes
what happens
tackled
to
it.
the
It's a knock-on
French.
by Lachlan Lewis.
Time off.
Well, they said no try.
0 tackle. We've got no penalty try, okay? I just need to see what happens with Bevan French. We've got a knock-on from the Bulldogs otherwise.
Okay, well, they're going to get the ball back Parramatta at worst. And a penalty at best.
They're all
Eels'
onside.
right side kick chase is onside.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. It's just a knock-on by...
Well, it's whether or not it's touched the Parramatta hand there. Andrew, you're the finger flicker expert.
You're very
Okay.
good at this. You're better eyes than us.
No, he didn't touch it. Lachlan Lewis. He doesn't touch it. Let's play on. Lachlan
No, they
Lewis
said they're
fumbles
examining
the
the
ball.
chance of a penalty try. That's why they've taken a bit of latitude here, saying they're examining a penalty try.
Lachlan Lewis knocks the ball on, just trying to determine if it's Parramatta knock-on.
Misses Jennings and then goes back.
Just say a knock-on against Canterbury and put the scrum it down and let Parramatta feed it, please. You right there, Gussie?
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see if the ball hits the ground yet.
There is no knock-on from Jennings.
Gus, can you go put a cup of tea on for me?
Yeah.
What's he, your butler?
By the time he comes back, there won't be a result.
It's a nice smother by Henry Perinara here to decide what really happened, because he said no penalty try.
Yeah, well,
With no one grounded the ball.
he might have been a bit premature, because there's no doubt here that Jennings is held back after getting his foot to the ball.
Bevan French, watch the reaction. Watch the kick.
That's Bevan French. Jennings is in pursuit. So I would imagine that one of the Morrises here, it's Josh Morris, will end up in the sin bin here. And that's Brett Morris.
One of them.
Yeah.
And
This is not
We're
how
not going to go penalty try, as Josh Morris is closest to the ball, but there is a professional foul from Brett Morris. We have a decision.
That's not how the game is supposed to be refereed, by the way.
Yeah. By accident.
Well, just, you know.
Anyway, they're going to give a penalty. And the next thing is they send him to the bin.
You know what I mean? He's got everyone to attack the ball.
Once the ball's kicked, that chaser is live, and he's not entitled to it. So where's Brett? Brett Morris. Brett Morris.
Oh, he's
Professional foul.
Yeah, I think that's a tough
It's
call.
not a penalty try.
It's taken us 3 or 4 minutes
It's not
to
a
get
penalty
here.
try because of Josh
So
Morris,
what happens? The
because Josh
Bulldogs
was never
players
ball. Okay, so he would have got the ball first.
get to get some
So that's why
oxygen
it's not
into
a
their
penalty
lungs.
try, and that's why he's going to the
Their
bench.
petrol tanks go back on full.
Just there.
And it's near impossible now to break down the defensive line. It'll help with Morris going to the sin bin.
Well, he goes with 9:33 left on the clock or thereabouts, so he'll be back basically just into the second half by about 20 or 30 seconds.
Remember, you're on pre-differentials
But they've
too,
got to
mate.
defend now
Man
for the
still
next
stands.
9.5
Still need to be
minutes.
good in the ruck here.
You know,
12 men.
I don't think they can keep Parramatta out here. From what I've seen from Parramatta, I think that man in the deep, this might be all that Parramatta need here to post points.
So here's Mena. Fualale made the tackle. They come back the other way. Well, that looked like a forward pass
Dear, oh dear, oh dear.
to Terapo. You want to revise what you
These
see?
are the last two.
Well,
That's Josh. That's completely different. That's a professional foul. Yours.
It's pumpkin stuff, isn't it?
well, this is why coaches don't sleep, see? This is what keeps you awake at night as a coach. But you wouldn't see that in the under-6s. What makes Kaiser Pritchard let go of that ball? What makes him let go of that ball? Forward like that.
Well, just take off your head and put on a pumpkin. That's what it is.
You wouldn't see that.
In your backs.
in junior league on Saturday morning.
Penny, arms around.
So the longer they have the football, the more hope they are of keeping it 6-0 Canterbury until he comes back in the second half. This is very smart. With 12 men.
So that's what keeps coaches awake at night, that sort of stuff. You sit there thinking, what have I done wrong to make him do that?
Here's the other Morris. That's Josh. His brother Brett's in the bin. Now, that was Brown getting to acting half. He's on the field and he's back there again for Manu Brown. That's Priest. Maroa. Brown. Marshall King. Little kick downfield by the centre Holland. Into touch it goes. So that's a bit more time they waste.
Come take that scrum, mate.
By the time the scrum packs down. 7.5 to go to half time. Parramatta loose and feed. Just a reminder, VB Friday night football, Broncos Panthers, Suncorp Stadium, live from 7:30 tomorrow night. Then Sunday we've got Manly and the Roosters from Lotto Brookie. That's live from 3 o'clock on the Wide World of Sports. So exactly 7 to go to half time. Canterbury leading by 6-0. We had an inordinately long time while the video referee and the referees decided to sin bin Brett Morris and award Parramatta a penalty, and they surrendered possession almost immediately. And he comes back around about 30 seconds into this second half, Brett. So they've got 6:40 to negotiate with 12 men here. Manor. He contributed to that problem with Pritchard too, with a really sloppy play the ball. Pritchard, Brown, dummies, not fallen for. Put down on the broad of his back there. Some solid defence from Fualalo and Jackson. Blindside Norman. He's gone straight through. He goes inside the 40 mile, back on the inside of Pritchard. Pritchard scrapes away from behind. Oh, what a tackle it is, but he's still going to get there. It was Lewis who dived at him. Pritchard scores. The referee will no doubt point to the spot. Tepai Maroa had speared through the middle. And there it is now. They strike back from the most unlikely position on the field, not inside the 20, back up the other end.
Well, Tepai Maroa, he's moved from the right side to the left side. Runs a really strong line, Maroa. Corey Norman will get the ball, go into the line on the Harvey Norman replay. Marshall King will be fading out. Runs a strong line, finds Kaiser Pritchard back on the inside. And the hooker streaks away and just gets over. Keep your eye on the number 7 for the Bulldogs. He'll be fading out. He'll drift out. Maroa will hit back against the grain with a really strong line. Poor defence there from the number 7, Marshall King. Kaiser Pritchard pushes up and scores for the Parramatta Eels.
Well, it looked for all the world like Lewis might have just stopped his momentum, but he still was able to get there on the hands and knees without grounding the ball. And you'll see it graphically here. Lewis from behind, but he's able to break free of the tackle and score. So here's the kicker goal coming for Parramatta. That's the try scorer, Kaiser Pritchard. Here's Moses, 22 metres out, about 8 in from touch. 4.5 before the break. Kicks this, they level up. Hits it. Touch judges like it. 6-all the score. The goal line. Straight away Mena goes on the attack. And he's driven back in some pretty solid defence there from Priest and Fualalo. Looks like Annie Terapo with it now, and he's held on the tackle right on the 20 in centre field. really got to mark up here in defence. Canterbury down to 12 men with Brett Morris in the bin until 30 seconds into that second half. Oh, almost through again. Rower, yes, you're right, he's moved to the left-hand side. With Takarangi back on this right-hand side. He's Brown again, and they're starting to make inroads. Almost unloading, but eventually taken in the tackle by Priest. And there's Norman with a high kick. The test for Will Hopewadi. Takes it beautifully. 11 out from his own line. They needed that. Skinny 10 there with Henry Perinara standing back and waiting for the players to come back with him.
Well, they're really warmed into this now, Parramatta, haven't they? Slow start, but the momentum is with them at the moment. They're playing much more as a team than what they were earlier on.
Tolman 9 short of halfway. Brown from acting half good defence, 5th tackle. Manor it was. Now the ball comes away to Lewis. He's thinking about running it, but then puts the ball high in the air for French, who takes it well through a dummy French, and then he's taken in the tackle. Oh no, he's not. He's broken away. Well, they stood there and looked like they had him contained, the second row Reece Martin, and then he just was able to break away. Now it's to Gutherson. He looks for a straight runner. He had Jennings on his shoulder, George, from that left wing. Brother Michael's there now. They've got some numbers out there. They're going Haynes' way. Then the pass came back on the outside, but good defence out wide to bring him down. Haynes, he was on the left wing because Jennings had come inside him. Brown, Pritchard dumped in the tackle. Solid defence as well it was. Reece Martin, now they'll play it back again. Penny Terapo, little kick from Moses. It's not too bad either. They've got to play at it, and it's palmed dead eventually by Josh Morris. It bounced over the head of Will Hopewadi, and Josh had to palm it dead. It was a nice kick. 6 all the score, 1.5 to go. They've got to really hold it for this next 90 seconds.
Yeah, I'm not sure they can. Moses puts his foot to the ball, gets a wicket bounce. Morris doesn't take any chances, just bats it dead. They'll use the time clock here to try and beat 30 seconds up, but they'll get a full set here, the Parramatta Eels. And I'm liking their ball movement at the moment.
He's got to hurry up. There's 5 seconds to go on the dropout clock. He gets it with 1 second to go. Gutherson takes it. Manor.
Big minute this.
They really need to be resolute in defence here, despite only having 12 men. Brett Morris in the bin.
I don't think they can hold him.
Brown, 18 metres out. Good tackle, Jackson. Pritchard, Norman, Moses. Good tackle on Takarangi. It was Brown, back the other way. Norman. Oh, they've got the ball to Gutherson. If he gets it clear, he broke clear, got it back away to Brown. Brown dummies, put down on the tackle, 5 metres out, Nathan Brown. He'll play the ball back to Pritchard now. He'll come the other way to Norman, dummies. Then it comes back to Penny Terapo. He's held in the tackle by 3 defenders. That's the 5th. They've done well, but they've got to go for 25 more seconds. They come to this side. Moses on the run around, back away. They're almost there now. They've lost it. It's on the ground. It's picked up. They flick it out the back, but there's a knock on the advice of the touch judge. Changeover. They've survived.
Changeover.
By the skin of their teeth. And that will be the half-time break. 6 all the scoreline. Brett Morris will be back after the half-time break. We'll be back 13 on 13. But pretty entertaining football from both sides.
So they don't advance it anymore. That's where we finish. Good luck to you girls. 6 all the score, half-time. And it will be about 30 seconds or thereabouts before Brett Morris comes to make it 13 on 13. He's on the touchline. Brett, there he is there with the interchange official. Canterbury will have first use of the football.
Yeah, mate.
You good, guys? Good to hear.
He's going to come back down here with the officials. And here's the kick-off from French now from Parramatta. 6 all. And they've got 12 men for the next half minute or so. The interchange officials conferring. Morris is back at the tunnel, anxiously looking. And they're about to give him the all clear to come on. 15 seconds has elapsed. And they're going to let him come back on right now. There he is. He's back 13 on 13. So it was about 25 seconds. So Canterbury with the ball after receiving the kick-off, and now it's Jackson through centre field. They had a bit of success early in that first half doing that. Brown's at acting half. Short ball to the replacement Clay Priest. That'll be the 5th tackle. They're 35 out from the Parramatta line. They're going to go the short side. Back it comes now to Marshall King. High kick from him. Gutherson takes it well and stands his ground and put down immediately 11 out from his own line as Holland was there with young Lewis. Jennings runs at Tolman.
You don't want to be going home on the losing team's bus tonight, do you? With the season that they're having, they'll both come here wanting a win badly.
Nathan Brown again, always surging forward.
I think the loser tonight will be feeling very sick.
Here's Manor. 5th tackle. Acting half they go. Pritchard. Away it came. Moses kicks it downfield. The second option after they ran from acting half. Now the man that's back out there, Brett Morris, takes the ball and takes the tackle. Ball away. Smith then, and this is Jackson. Lewis comes it back away to Martin. He's easy meat for the fence. He comes across field. Rowe, one of the tacklers. Brown pointing at the players who were marking, saying, "Sir, they're not allowed to tackle us." They didn't. 5th tackle. High kick this time on the other side from young Lachlan Lewis. Taken by French, a little bit of a step. Comes into Priest and put down the tackle. Reece Martin there as well. Gutherson. George Jennings to play it. Gutherson. Inside. He's feigning to pass to Tepai Moroa, who now has it. Three into the second half, still 6-all. Here he is again, Brown. Then away on the outside of Takarangi. He's taken in a nice tackle out deep and put down. Like Lewis again. Now they go back away. High kick coming off the right boot of Mitchell Moses. Oh, they've let it bounce here. And then it's palmed back by Parramatta and it's taken fortuitously by Marshall King. Bean Pale, we having kittens. Brown, the one-handed pick up. Way to Josh after Brett had taken it forward before. Brown again. Manu Brown, the acting half. Leisha remains on the bench. Fulanalo into the defence. Solid stuff, held 40 metres out. Grabbed by Penny Terapo and 2 others, plays it. 5th tackle, comes back away. Marshall King again with that kick. Probably a bit too deep, and Gutherson's going to take it with consummate ease. 2 out from his own line. Runs at the kicker and put down by Brown and Marshall King. Norman. Jennings from the left wing. They held on the tackle inside their 20, Parramatta. Still 6-all the score as French plays it. Back to Jennings, from one Jennings to another. Michael to George. Real arm wrestle at the moment. Pritchard again. Brown on the outside. Here's Hayne looking to do something. Taken by Jackson. Got the ball back to Brown. There's a little gap there. It closes. He's taken by Reece Martin. They play it quickly. Gutherson darts from acting half. He got the ball back on the inside, but well covered. Pritchard was put down. Last tackle. Haynes going to kick downfield, targeting the touch line, and it's going to trickle into the touch. Oh, no, it's not. It's straightened up. What a beautiful kick.
Wow.
Confused everyone, including Hopewati, and it's come back into the in-goal area, goal line dropout.
Can't the football make a fool of you sometimes? He was going to pick this up, then he thought, no, this will roll out over the sideline. Hayne kicks it down in the corner. So this is going out. It'll go. I'll let it go out. I'll let it go out. And it sits on its point and rolls back into the in goal. He gets trapped in goal.
And the kicker chased him, Joey.
Look at that.
Yeah, it was a better set from Parramatta. They got an offload, which then in turn got a one-on-one tackle. And it was great play by Gutherson. He identified that, got in dummy half and took off.
You good?
I wonder who decided to make the ball that shape. Who said, let's not have a round one, let's have one of these squashy ones that just bounces anywhere. He was a genius. Do we know who discovered the football?
William Webb Ellis picked up a soccer ball and ran with it.
Did he squash it?
They probably said this is too easy to catch and kick. Let's go with an oval-shaped one.
Yeah. Something that can make a fool of you.
And make it out of leather, so it's a bit slipperier when we're playing in the north of England. Here's Parramatta now. Brown leads away on those metre gains. Here it is again. They're going up wide. New Jennings will come back on the inside, sandwich between defenders. They're going to take him out. Oh, this is good defence. You could hear the defenders say, take him out, take him out. And they converged.
Well, they picked him up, they held him off the ground, which was the key, but this pass did nothing for George Jennings. There's nothing in this pass, just in the fact to show people I can throw it this far. It's not helping anyone. He gets held up, they get him off the ground, now they just manhandle him into touch.
Well, especially here at ANZ, when you play here at night, you don't go near the sideline within 3 or 4 metres because it's all slippery.
It may have been the young halfback.
That was a pass and hope play. Pass was never on. Just shifting the problem elsewhere.
Let's go, Tim. 10 wide.
So it's good work by Remus Smith, Kerrod Holland. The cavalry came in the form of Josh Jackson, but young Jeremy Marshall King was hanging back, and then he got involved, and he may have been the one saying, get him in a touch. Here's Reece Martin with it from the scrum win. So Parramatta defending well. They're keeping Canterbury contained inside their own 20 at the moment. Brown, Fualalo, and Parramatta really holding their line. Clemmer. About to get outside the 30. They go the other way. Marshall King gives it some air. Holland's there. They're going to try and do the same to him, but he stays in. They're saying the ball was stripped there. Young Smith is saying they stripped it out. And he was right.
I've called the tackle complete.
Well, it was a one-on-one tackle. Jared Haynes appealing. I think they're saying that the tackle was complete when Jared Haynes raked the ball. Haynes wrestles.
He's got it. He's pulled it out well before the tackle's completed.
I think it was a bet each way there. Remus Smith was blowing up. The touch judge got involved, and the pocket referee said give him a penalty. Ruan Sims is downstairs. Ruan, good evening again.
Good evening again. Just got a quick update for you. Clay Priest has come off with an injury to that left elbow. He was clutching it and looking a little ginger with it as he walked off the field. He's gone up the tunnel. They're going to strap it and test it, but I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't return tonight.
Okay, so they're down a man. Lewis, Hopewati out wide. Comes back away to Morris. He's down the touchline. He's gathered in out wide and put down on the tackle. Good defence by Jennings. Tolman. Brown in centre field to Jackson. He's in to try and unload it. He's held up. No, he's knocked it on. They say that he lost it into a Parramatta player, and it's a good decision, I think. Have a look at the replay and you'll see that he tried to pass it, lost control of it, and it went into a Parramatta player, then he regained it. So that constitutes a knock on. Here it is. Let's see if they're right. Well, yes. He was trying to unload. There was a bit of help from a Parramatta hand, but he still Should have been, yeah, he tried to pass it there and lost control of it, and it's knocked back into a Parramatta player, so it does constitute a knock-on. So well done by Henry Perenara, who picked that up. Move back row. Here's Jared. I'll stick my head in here. You can't afford the captain to give away the ball when you're on the attack 30 metres out at 6-all. 10 into the second half. An arm wrestle between the two giants of the 80s. Lightweights in 2018 so far. Terror play. Ball goes to Guthrie. Got numbers here. Now, Morella's going upfield, and he's going to be taken by Marshall King in cover. With Jackson coming across. Back to Hayne at acting half. Norman holds it out in front of him, gave it out wide again. And this time Mosey's feigned the kick. Gutherson back to Jennings. Jennings pushed away, and they come again to claim him. They're still wrestling with him. It's a good tackle in the end by Lachlan Lewis. He's very strong, Jennings, but he got him. Now Norman inside ball back away to Brown. Tolman Clemmer combine. Fifth tackle, 11 out from the Canterbury line. Can they score? Norman's going to go to the right-hand side. Now it's back away to Moses. Kick into the in goal. It's there for Parramatta. Can they get it? I think they've scored. Takarangi, they're going to have a look.
You got grounding?
Yeah, I'm going to start with a try, but...
Okay, H, if there's no try, just check the contact from Josh Morris on his run through.
All right, tackle 6. Got a try. If we've got no try here, I want you to check some contact with Josh Morris, please, mate.
Okay. At worst, Parramatta's going to get a
Eels
penalty.
right side kick chase is onside.
Well, there's nothing there. Morris on Takarangi. That's okay. Does he get it down? He seems pretty confident he did.
No, he dropped it. I think he touches it.
And then it loses control.
And it hits the ground and puts his hand on it.
Yeah, and it's not in his hand all the way down. If you go really slow, as we see it here, there it is.
Brad Takarangi fails to ground the ball, and there is no contact from the boot of Brett Morris. We have a decision.
They've dodged a bullet. No penalty, no try.
That's a let off. It was a nice little switch of play. Norman back to Moses. And the Bulldogs were just caught napping on the short side there. Now they're going to look back whether Josh Morris has inhibited Takarangi. I don't think he has.
No, they've already cleared him. I think they're seeing who's going to restart the ball. Well, it's going to be a knock-on in the in goal, so it's going to be an optional restart and 7 tackles at the 20. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah, I think he ruled that Brett Morris didn't touch it with his foot. But they're now looking at the Josh Morris interference. 20-metre tap.
No interference.
We did review it, and they've said it. That's okay. Endo.
It was really nice play. They looked to go left with Norman. Just stop it there. I'm going to highlight at the back there. You see William Hopewadi.
Yeah.
He's at fullback. He's defending in the line. But because the play goes to the left with Norman, you see he's herring across. Then they shift the ball and make Hopewadi go back the other way. He's out of play. It was a nice lead-up play there. Unfortunately, they couldn't get the try. But
Nice restart, and you wouldn't believe it. They've got a penalty, a piggyback penalty off the optional restart. They wouldn't get off the tackle player, and the penalty goes to Canterbury. Ruan Sims is on the touchline.
Yeah, just confirming for you there, Ray. Clay Priest definitely is out for the rest of the night with that left elbow injury. He's sitting there on the sideline with the ice on it, looking a little bit uncomfortable, so hopefully that's not too serious for the young man.
Well done. Down to a 16-man rotation now with Clay up. Well done, Ruan. Here's the ball-finding touch, the free kick after the penalty. Clemmer gave it away to Fualalo, and he's put down on the tackle. Andy Fualalo play the ball back. It was quick hands there. Brown back on the inside of Clemmer. He tries to go up the centre of the field now. Reid Marnie's on the field now. He made that tackle, young Reid. Inside ball, back away to Jackson. I think that was Reid Marnie again, knocking Jackson base over apex. Tolman. Lewis, long pass to to the centre. He comes back on the inside, Morris. Morris is put down, 19 metres out. Hopewadi to acting half. Lewis again. Fualalo. Brown. Inside ball. Jackson almost away. Put down on the tackle. That'll be the 5th. About 12 out. Brown acting half. Fulalo, then away to Lewis. Little kick into him, but it's hit the feet of Parramatta. They streak away with the ball now. They're inside. They won't be catching him. He streaks away, and you'll find that little Mitchell Moses is going to score under the post. They might check it, but I don't think so. It was all pretty clear. He's onside, are you sure?
Okay,
No,
start with try.
they're not sure.
Tackle
They're not
one.
sure.
Time off.
Just make sure he's onside.
Tackle 1, General. Have a try. Just confirm that Mitch Moses was behind the player that the ball touched down there.
So it was an ordinary kick by Lewis. They want to make sure that Mitchell, who's over there on the outside of Takarangi,
He's behind.
is behind him.
He picks it up.
Goes into Takarangi. Goes off Brown. Here we go again. Come on, calm down. So off Takarangi, off Brown, then goes backwards. Why are we still looking at this?
It's not how the game is supposed to be refereed.
And then goes across.
Mitchell Moses is behind the point of contact from Nathan Brown, so it's play on at this stage.
We saw that. And he streaks away.
It's not how the game is supposed to be refereed. If Mitchell Moses is tackled here, we just play on and we never worry about that again.
So Parramatta score.
And he grounds the ball. We have a decision.
Thank goodness. It'll be 10-6 the decision. The Eels in front, 10-6 with the kick to come right in front of the post.
Well, they've looked the more likely of the two teams, the Parramatta Eels. The Bulldogs' attack is sort of grinding to a halt. Parramatta look dangerous every time they got it. On the Harvey Norman replay, it ends up being a little ricochet on tackle 5 from the Bulldogs that gives Mitchell Moses the 90-metre run to glory. And the Eels, after being down 6-0 early, will go to the front.
It'll be a converted try, and he had a very big start on the rest of them. No one was within cooey of him. And he had a couple of looks, but he didn't need to because he was well clear. Gutherson to convert the Mitchell Moses try. There he is, young Mitchell, and after kicking quite well all night, was an ordinary kick by Lachlan Lewis. So Clint Gutherson from in front. They lead 12-6, the Eels.
Come on.
And so, behind for the first time in the game, Canterbury through Kieran Holland kick it off. And now they bring the ball back through Mena. Parramatta. Jennings. Will they start playing with an air of confidence, Parramatta, that has sadly been lacking for most of 2018? Benny Terapo held with the tackle. Marnie. The fella's only played 2 games before this and was put on report on both occasions, or had a case to answer. One of them he was suspended, the other one he wasn't. He'll be hoping 3 times will be lucky for him. They kick downfield, and now it's to Parramatta, who surrounded by blue and gold jumpers. Brown and Marnie there. Former Smith held the tackle short of the 40. Another winger involved now, Brett Morris.
They started real well, the Bulldogs, but they've lost all their fizz, haven't they? There's no pizzazz at all.
Well, Leash is back at acting half now. They go blindside, bring the ball back to Hopewadi. He's taken in the tackle. He had a support player, Martin, on his shoulder, couldn't get it away. 5th tackle. Leisha comes out the back to Lewis. Marshall King, they're going to run it. Jackson, it is the last tackle, I would remind them. Now it's back to Holland, steps inside the defence, still going, and it's a changeover, and they lose the ball, and it comes back away to Parramatta, and they're in possession now through Reid Marnie. A really poor last tackle option, just running with no real purpose. French to Jennings. There it is, metres gained second half. Just under 300 for the Dogs and well over 400 for Parramatta. Jared Hayne plays it. Around with it now. 40 metres out from the Canterbury line. A long week for Canterbury if beaten. And a bit of celebrating for Parramatta now. Let it go, let it go, let it go was the call. And it's into touch just shy of the corner post. So a scrum will pack down. It will be a Canterbury loosen feed, 10 out from their own goal line, but it could have easily hit the corner post and been an optional restart at the 20-metre line, but not to be. With the Eels leading the Bulldogs by 12 points to 6.
I think this was the Parramatta players saying let it go, because they saw what the last one did. They were sort of taunting Hopewadi, saying let it go, just to see if they got a friendly bounce. And it was. Corey Norman's having a real giggle about it all.
He's the guilty party.
Arms around Jared, arms around. Wait for it. Be tight. Head in well, take off. Hold it, hold it.
The scrum hasn't been fed. The buzz has gone off and they're not worrying about it.
Lalo with it now.
So the shot clock is now officially dead.
22 out from his own line. 4 defenders there. Acting half. Leisha. Jackson dummies. Little gap there. He's going to get it away on the outside. They're down the touchline. Marshall King back on the inside. There's a sloppy attempted tackle there by Corey Norman. Leisha. Clemmer. A bit of air. Lewis. Martin gets that wide. Down the touchline he goes now. Kicks on the infield Morris, but it's well fielded there by Gutherson. Play on. They've got to put a hand on him and then he's held. Surrender tackle. So Jennings with it. He's put down inside his own 20. Corey's coming back on the field for Parramatta. Murata and Corey. Jumper number 11. Charge on the bike in front of us here as young Reid Marnie goes to acting half. Quick hands away to Jared Hayne. Oh, they had to make that tackle, and it was Remus Smith who came in to make it. Well done. Get up, he says. 5th tackle. He's blowing up Jared. It comes to Gutherson. It is the last tackle. He's going to kick the tripe out of it now. Downfield to Hopewadi. He takes it beautifully. 15 out from his own line. He's got one of the Morris boys either side and takes the tackle eventually on the far side of the field of Bevan French. From one Morris to the other. For Josh. Dumped in the tackle.
They've just lost all their attacking shape here, the Bulldogs. They're not quite sure what they're doing.
I think the man most likely is William Hopewadi. Inexperienced halves for the Bulldogs, so I think a lot of it will come down to Hopewadi.
There's Clemmer out the back, quick hands away. That's nice play as it came to Smith, but he hasn't got a lot of room there, and they come across and cover him up. It came from Holland to Remus Smith. The other way they go. Marshall King. Clemmer's not going to pass it. He's going to flick it out the back late. Came to Lewis in centre field. Lewis is to the line. Flipped it back on the inside to Martin. Martin then straightens, but runs into trouble and put down immediately in the tackle. That'll be the 5th. Let's see if they can do more with it in the last tackle this time. They go away to Josh Morris. The answer to the question is no, they've done nothing with it. Well, last time it was just a changeover. That time it's an ineffectual kick.
Well, it's nearly as bad as it gets.
George Jennings. He's held for the tackle. Reid Marnie from acting half. Norman. Terapo, 5th tackle.
Runs hard, Terapo. He's a player should be followed.
Marnie back to the second try score for Parramatta. Taken by Hopewadi as Moses planted it downfield. Let's see if they can just do something with it, Canterbury. They've got 19 to go. They're only down by 6. Just need something to happen like that. Brett Morris to make a break. Leisha got it away to Josh. Now here's Josh into a little bit of space, but there's a good tackle by Michael Jennings and French completed it. They'll play it quickly to brother. Brett, he got up and he had the ball stripped out, so then he picked it up and it should be 6 to go, and it is, because it was played out by Bevan French and then lost by him and picked up by Morris, who plays it. That's a danger. Going towards the touchline.
Go, Michael.
Tolman. Leisha, Clemmer. Is that Greg Eastwood? It is. The cavalry arrives. He's creative. Leisha dummies to Clemmer, then gave the ball to Jackson. He dummied 3 times and no one fell for it. Clemmer again. Eastwood into the defence, and he's 15 out. Leisha again. Lewis. Clemmer on the run around. Marshall King dummies. He's gone through. Oh, there's a despairing dive from behind to bring him down. Try saver. They'll play it back. It's the 5th tackle. Leisha to Lewis. He gets the ball on the outside to Eastwood. He throws it back. It's gone back away behind them. Picked up by Morris. It's now been stripped one-on-one, or I think Parramatta have knocked it on. Or double knock, what he's saying.
One-on-one strip.
Well, when he goes to throw this long pass, every Canterbury player's in front of him.
That's enough.
So to throw it backwards, he's had to throw it behind all his Bulldog support players.
They get the
What's this?
feed here.
Yeah, Eastwood had to throw it behind the Bulldogs because they were all in front of him.
So it's a knock-on against Parramatta. Canterbury will get the ball back. So luck's a fortune here. He's saying French has knocked it on and stripping it away from Josh Morris. They've had ample opportunity here, Canterbury. There's 17 to go. And one sense is if they can score with a bit of momentum, they can win. And of course, if Parramatta score, well, it's all over.
Well, they've stopped attacking the defensive line. I think they're just passing sideways and standing still.
Inside, Holland goes, but he's dropped down on the tackle. He's been their best attacking player. Smith. Marshall King, Eastwood. See what he can do, Greg. Create something. He's 3 metres out. Marnie the tackler. Leisha there at active half. Marshall King goes out wide now. The ball on the outside of Martin, then back on the inside. Hopewadi still going. He's held on the tackle out wide. They got there in numbers. Mitchell Moses was one of the first to arrive. Martin goes to acting half. Comes back away to Lewis. Then to Clemmer. Clemmer in centre field. Pretty predictable stuff from Canterbury, but Clemmer drags 3 defenders another 4 or 5 metres. He's only 3 metres out, plays it back. The ball comes on the outside, Lewis. Lewis out the back, Marshall King. Oh, Holland's thrown into touch. Oh, Dean Pay, poor Dean Pay. Look at him. David Penner to his left, head down. Dino with a big breath.
Well, in the first half, when they troubled Parramatta, they just rolled forward with numbers, support play. Got a few offloads. They've gone into these set plays, but it's all catch and pass. There's nobody digging into the defensive line to make a defender react and then put pressure on defenders around the defender that reacts. When they changed the angles, ran forward with numbers, got a couple of offloads, that's when they look dangerous, but it's not happening at the moment.
12-6 to Parramatta. There's still plenty of time to go. 15. Jennings has it now. That's George. 20 out centre field. Marnie acting half. Nice stepping grab. Takarangi put down 30 out. Alvaro's back. Nakore with the ball.
Well, if the Eels can be next to score, they'll put them to sleep.
Marnie to Brown. Defence there from Reece Martin. Jared Hayne to acting half. That's always danger. That's about 12 or 14 metres. going across field, then straightening. 5th tackle. Norman with a high left footer. Papawati's getting there and took it beautifully in the end, and he's tackled immediately by French, who was herring after the ball. That's good work by him.
Andrew, would you sign Jared Hayne to your team?
Definitely.
Yeah?
For a year.
Where would you play him?
I'd play him centre, left centre.
What would you pay him?
I would pay him around 400. I don't know what the breakdown is, the salary cap, but he's shown the last couple of weeks, when fit, when switched on, what a class player he is. But that's the key. You've got to get him fit, you've got to get him switched on. I know a lot of the responsibility comes down to Jared, but if someone within the club cracking the whip to Jared.
Oh, Clemmer's thrown it out the back and has been knocked on by young Lewis now, and so
Making a tackle.
Canterbury
Come take that scrum.
are just wait, giving Parramatta every opportunity to climb off the bottom of the ladder.
We'll have to go up a couple of gears here, Parramatta. They've got to smell blood. Canterbury's out on their feet. This is where you got to react. Really step it up a couple of gears. You get the feeling if they score one, a couple may follow.
There was only 13 minutes to go. Seems to have gone quickly. Just the one try in this second half, a runaway.
So Parramatta, Norman, through centre field, French coming from the right wing to the left-hand side. Hayne at acting half. Norman, oh, Alvaro nearly went without it, and he nearly went without his head as Clemmer came herring through. Adam Elliott's back out there as well. Oh, that's a penalty. Play on. Yes, they've got it now. Marnie taps it and goes. That's what they're doing.
Daniel was in front of the tap.
Alvaro was in front of the tap.
Who cares?
The crowd got too excited. They had to pull it up.
I couldn't care less if he's in front. He's not obstructing anybody. Let the game go.
But the main referee said play on. The main referee, play on. Then he's got to be second guessed.
Can we see where Alvaro is?
Phil Henderson made the call. They're going to take a shot at goal, as you would expect, to give them an 8-point margin. Here it is. So,
well, he's, you know, the main referee said play on. That's fair enough. That is fair enough.
They changed the rule to allow play to be like that. I mean, you know, he
who
was playing
cares
the ball.
if he's half a yard in front?
He was millimetres in front. Oh. He took the tap and went off. I mean, that's why they changed the rule for the quick tap, to let players be rewarded with that type of thing. It wasn't like he was 12 metres offside knocking defenders base over apex. It's pedantic.
I'm not talking about referees.
Okay.
I refuse to.
Here's the kick now from Moses that will put them 8 points clear.
But unless someone reins them in.
Well, he said don't nitpick, the chief executive, about 7 or 8 weeks ago. And now the referee's boss put out an edict this week saying nitpick. Here's the kick to give them that 8-point cushion, and he does exactly that. It'll be very hard for Canterbury here on in. The Eels lead by 14 points to 6. Plenty of tries can be scored in 11.5 minutes, but not the way Canterbury have been playing, I can tell you. Straight after this game, we've got the footy show. Erin Mullen returns. Night superstar Kalen Ponga, Broncos favourite Sam Friday alive. Evans is down with the reunited Tigers, Benji Marshall, Robbie Farah. The footy show straight after the game tonight. So Moses. Back they come now. It's terrifying. Here's Alvaro. 11 to go. Parramatta 14, Bulldogs 6. Corey, who's come over to the left-hand side. He was on the right for a while. Marnie. Moses. Norman. They've made ground over halfway now, Parramatta. Marnie blindside. There's a kick. Now that's with an accidentally hit a Canterbury player. Not played it, I just heard the boys say. So it will be a Canterbury losing fee 30 up from their own line. So Canterbury really have to score to get back to 14-10, 14-12, and have a crack at Parramatta in the final 5. Calls time off because Canterbury packed the scrum and set it.
You can stand up, boys.
Scrum clock's on.
Those positions. Yeah, just keep watching. Reed, Michael, make sure we bind in tight here. Clint, pull them in tight, mate. Clock off. Stay in, pull them in tight.
Don't go early.
Pull.
Wait.
Out.
Eight short of halfway. Lewis pinned on halfway. Just no purpose. It's Clemmer to Eastwood. Eastwood tackle. Lewis. Martin's almost through. Dragged down from behind again by Moses. Plays it back, 5th tackle. Back to Lewis. They'll kick across field now. And Jennings takes it beautifully, then takes the tackle. And he's almost dragged back into the in-goal area.
Well, a win by the Eels tonight will see them join the Bulldogs and Cowboys on 10 competition points, but a long way behind them still on 4 and against. So they don't shake off last position.
They take some confidence out of the game.
Yeah, well, if they play like this every week, they probably wouldn't be in this position. They've actually looked quite energetic and enterprising for most of this game.
Varvey's back on the field. That's Reed Marnie. Little acting half. Now from inside the 40. Norman kicks and will be attacked by Morris. Comes at the kick with the football, and Alvaro combines with Norman to bring him down. 10 short of halfway. Away from acting half. 8.5 to go. 8-point margin to the Eels over the Bulldogs at ANZ. Smith put down on the tackle. That's Remus Smith, right winger for Canterbury. Leisha. Lewis. Elliott. Leisha again. Eastwood. Wadi, no look pass. Picked up, 6 to go. It's been touched in flight, and Smith falls over as he gets to the 20-metre line.
Yeah, that was better. Eastwood dug into the line with some speed.
So here's Eastwood again. Attracting 3 defenders. He's put on his back. Penalty.
Wait up. Okay, he's good.
They've got to roll on here.
Tap and go. Just tap and go.
Oh, dear.
Oh.
Well, they figure they've got to score twice. They don't think they're going to score 2 tries. They might get jagged 1. So Reece Martin's called in to take the shot at goal. He's going to hurry about it.
I understand the mathematics of it.
It's just a lack of confidence in the ability to score tries. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You get the 14-12 and hope like hell you can do it again. So they're back within 6 at 14-8. They might be geniuses at the end of the game if they scramble the 14 all and go into golden point.
He was a great player, Dean Tate. Uncompromising, not too much worried him. Unflappable, reliable, very tough. He's a smart player too. He could use the ball a bit, offloads. Played with premiership winning team.
All right, stay behind.
Played with both these clubs.
Transferred from Canterbury to Parramatta during the Super League years. Here's the kick from Dubbo. They breed them tough. Eastwood from Marshall King.
He went home twice. He rang me up. He said, "Can I come back down?" I said, "If you go home again, you're out. 3 strikes, you're out."
Yeah, Jackson making a good run. 35 out.
He got homesick twice. And I said, "If you go again, there's no coming back." He stayed down the 4th time.
Elliott across field, eventually taken in the tackle. So All of a sudden, with a little sniff, Canterbury up towards halfway. Lewis to Clement. That's what I want to see him doing, Clement. Put the ball under his arm and wouldn't be a 5/8 distributing it to people on his outside. Run with it. Leisha, Eastwood. They look better since he came on. Out the back, Marshall King. He threw the dummy, not fallen for, and he's put down by Hayne, 5th tackle. They're 29 metres out. He did well, the young bloke, then, not to give pressure to his winger. And here's a high kick from Lewis. Bit of pressure on French. They palmed it back here, Canterbury. They've got it. They kick it into the in-goal area. It's going to be too big. Oh, he's palmed it back on the inside, Morris, but it's gone over the touchline. Has it to a touch in goal. They're disputing whether it went. No, it's in a touch, the touch judge says. In a touch.
It's a scrum case?
They're all up.
Or a changeover? Is it a scrum?
No, it's a kick. It's from a kick, H. From a kick.
So it's a scrum.
Checking with the touch judge as to exactly what happened. He's done his calf, young Lockie, and kicking that football, and there it is there. And I think Casey's right. It wasn't a touch, and it's not a changeover. It came off a kick, not a mistake. So that was perhaps a great opportunity, but they've still got 5 to go. 4:53 exactly, and they only trail by 6.
Did Lachlan Lewis stay out there?
I think it's cramped, wasn't it?
He looked like he'd been shot in the leg.
No, he's all right. He's on the left-hand side, Gus. I can see him now.
I thought a sniper had got him.
Parramatta with it. Marno, Alvaro, chased by Eastwood. They really need a big defensive set here, Canterbury. Martin, one of the tacklers. Marnie again. Brown. Put down 11 short of halfway. 4th tackle, that one. Maybe they're going to kick early. Tackle count. The kick by Norman. And he's going to pick it up Hopewadi just outside the 10. And then he's going to be picked down by Jared Hayne, who chased well. Holland will go to acting half and give it away to Smith.
Well, they're in last position, Parramatta, but they've got a few fans here tonight that are riding out every tackle with them, cheering and supporting their team on. If someone can get Parramatta right, they'll be king of the world, I'm telling you.
It's a good run by Holland and an equally good run by Leisha. They've got it up to halfway.
They've got a huge supporter base just screaming out for success.
This will be the 5th tackle. They're still 40 away. 3.5 to go. They need a miracle finish here, Canterbury. There he is, young Lewis. He kicks high again. The calf's all right. Gone too deep, and it's taken well by Gutherson, who's put down on the tackle 10 out from his own line by Reece Martin.
I reckon he's put about 10 of those, 12 of those long high kicks in tonight. They've not competed on one of them. Just hands possession back to the opposition.
Gutherson from acting half. 2:55 to go. Parramatta by 6 to get another crack at them here, Canterbury. Jennings from acting half. Chased by Eastwood and put down. Lewis over the top. 5th tackle short of halfway. Now it's back again inside the 40. It's a midfield bomb by Corey Norman.
Look out.
Oh, don't let it bounce, boys. And eventually Hopewadi gets to it. 32 out from his own line. They've done that twice tonight.
Hold! Go.
Remus Smith with it. 2:22 to go. All the 2s. Holland. They need a miracle, Canterbury. Here's Lewis. Hopewadi. Back on the inside to Morris. Morris is away from the 1st tackle. He's still 35 out from the line. That would be the 4th. They haven't looked like scoring. Then to the Eastwood. He's taken 5th tackle. They've got Marshall King right, and they come his way. He kicks back on the inside now for Lewis. They get through. Lewis is there. The ball's with him. Did he get into the in-goal area? No, he knocked it on. He knocked it on, Lachlan Lewis. Changeover.
Well, at least it was something different. A chip kick. Something different. The halves kicking for each other. It's come off a Parramatta player, and then Lewis has bobbled it Gee whiz, he wasn't far away.
That was very close, wasn't he?
He wasn't far away at all.
That would have been a grandstand finish. Varve with it now.
Bulldogs.
Look at him. He's taking players with him, big Varve. See it.
Thanks, Adam.
Now, Reece. Straight at him.
So there's 1 minute to go exactly. Parramatta look likely at 14 points to 8, but they'll get one more crack at them here, Canterbury, but they'll be at the wrong end of the field. Moroa getting up slowly to play the ball.
A lot of people get cramps in the last minute.
Yeah, it'll be a slow play the ball as well on the surrender tackle, and up he gets here.
Another cramp.
Oh, he's been injured, Brown, but now he's going to recover.
Whoever gets the ball gets a cramp.
Time off, up he goes.
It's contagious.
When you've only won 3 games, you're entitled to take every advantage. Alvaro, he'll come forward.
If he gets a cramp, it's an epidemic.
Straight, Michael. Straight.
No, it's not catching. Now they go. They'll try and put the ball into touch here. Down the touchline it comes, and Hopewadi's got to go back for it. They'll pack the scrum quickly with 21 seconds to go. 10 metres out from the Canterbury line, so they've got to pack it. 16, 15, 14, 13. They're all there. 12, 11.
Stand up.
Stand up 11 seconds. Well, we've seen miracles occur, and those Bulldog supporters watching across the country will be hoping that the miracle comes their way, but it's highly unlikely at 14-8. The scrum clock says 24 seconds. The clock at ANZ Stadium says 11 to go.
They're in this position a couple of months ago, and the ball came out to the right, and then they kicked back to the left over the top of the scrum. I don't know whether they'll try that again.
Well, they better do something. They've got 2 seconds to go. They're going to surrender possession. There it is. That's full time. And Parramatta have won the game by 14 points to 8. Not their most spectacular win, but a very important one in relation to their position on the table. 14 points to 8, the Eels over the Bulldogs.